The RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League is on the air. RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader for temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you're in the Midwest or looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and take a look what they have and let Bill Roberts know that the ISL sent you. This broadcast also being brought to you by Hanover Fist Racing. Terry Adams, thank you for the bump music that we're using tonight. And thank you for your service to this country. Terry being sponsored by the Disabled American Veterans in the remainder of this ISL season. Disabled American Veterans, a volunteer organization to allow all veterans to be able to have access to their medical service. You've got to have seen them around. DAV vans all over the country helping veterans get to and from medical services as needed. So thank you to DAV, thank you to all of our veterans, and especially thank you to Hanover Fist for all the tireless work that you put into this league. This broadcast also being brought to you by David Llewellyn and the DHL Express, Robert Lacavara and Convergent Composites. Thank you, Mr. Hoot Baker, for both your service and for helping out the league. And Motorsports Graphic Designs, for all your in-sim graphical needs. You got something going through your head, you want it on your race car? Give Tyler Graff a call and he'll make sure you get it. IR 05s at Iowa, oh my God. Is that enough alliteration for you? Hopefully so. Tony Trapasso up in the booth all by my lonesome tonight. So the inmates are going to be running the asylum. No race control. No broadcast partner. And I'm not sure I like this game anymore, Uncle Daddy. So
what's up, Tony?
Is that who I think it is? Mark the Boss Vega? Mark Vega, are you here, or are you broadcast? You're race control. Okay. I wasn't sure after the conversation we had Sunday night, so I figured I'd ask. And it looks like you were joined by Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett, who made it in at the last minute. So we will have dueling race controls tonight as the field gets ready to go to where are we? Qualifying. So this track is going to be good gravy. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm expecting not quite the best, if that makes sense. So just over 0.8 of a mile here at the lovely Iowa Speedway. And everybody was a little fearful coming into this one. All right. Thank you, Mr. Vega. Well, this will make things a ton easier.
Yeah, I'm going to go down with Sam and talk to you on here.
That'll work.
Is that all right?
Thank you for being my broadcast partner tonight, sir.
No problem, bud.
So the entire field, the entire league was kind of worried about this race coming into it, being as not many people have short track experience, and this is the first track we've been to officially under 1 mile in length. Mike Whitaker throwing down a time real early here, 18:2:34. Joe Morganti nipping at his heels. Creighton Carter, Bob Lacavara, and Tyler Graff rounding out your top 5. So it's definitely interesting so far, to say the least. Being as it is our first trip here, and it is a lot different of a layout than these guys are used to. There's going to be a lot of give and take.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tony, I ran some laps. I ran a practice race last night with them. What I'm worried about is entering and exiting pits. That's where, and the restarts.
Well, as tight as pit road is here to get onto and off of, it's a bumpy track. Iowa winters.
Yes, it is.
The Iowa winters are not kind to this place. And you know, it is what it is. We're here now. There's no turning back. You know, tighten your seatbelts, and here we go. As Gary Bauer blasts to the top of the leaderboard, 7 1,000ths of a second quicker than Quentin Young, who currently sits P2. Just over 2 minutes left in, or just under 2 minutes, I should say, left in qualifying. As Alex Green his Uber finally showed up to the track. You know, Alex, being as this is a weeknight, Alex had to work, so Alex, relax. You got plenty of time. We're good. And
as usual, it's not a surprise that Gary's in first.
Yeah, I mean, we don't call him Gary Front Row Bauer for nothing. But, you know, you got Gary Bauer, Quentin Young, Mike Whitaker, Tyler Graff, Isaiah Dupree in your top 5. Creighton Carter, Forrest Sparks start going off 7th. Joe Morganti, Bob Lacavara, Johnny Antonucci rounding out your top 10. You take a look at that, you know, that top 10 field. You got a lot of young gunners, but you have a lot of experience in there too. So it's going to be fun to see how that all plays out once we get going. You know, who's going to keep their head about them? Who's going to, you know, let's call it like it is. Who's going to step on their dick and who's going to go to the front? The apron is deadly here. I have heard that from the drivers in the pre-race.
It is. It's hard to explain. It's a nightmare.
Yes, but it's a nightmare in the most fun way that you could have a nightmare, because you're still driving a race car. I did hear Terry Adams explain to me earlier that you're only looking about mid-30 laps, but compared to what we normally are seeing on the bigger tracks, 30 laps is going to be a long way, but you're definitely not going to be able to double stint tires and survive.
Yeah, you're not. Every chance you get, you're gonna have to take tires.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
You're gonna want to take fuel.
So late getting in.
Because it's gonna
be a tough track to run.
You want to wait.
Fun, shortest track of the season.
Absolutely.
Left. Kind of glad we have a little bit of a smaller field now. So I'll go ahead and turn this over to race control. Make sure
be right back, Tony. Gotta do a race control meeting.
Only
yes,
advice
sir.
I have is just be easy on the apron. Be easy on pit road. Just be easy with this car the first couple laps so the tires get warmed up. Have some fun.
Same usual speech, guys. Easy and exiting and entering pits. When you go into pit, you have to be below the yellow lines, calling in the backstretch. And coming out of pit, you have to be past the 2 double yellow line to enter the track. Other than that, have fun. No below the apron. That's a death trap.
Now, for those of you who have never been here to Iowa Speedway and heard my broadcast partner just give the pre-race final rulings to the drivers, as you come out of the pits and start to work your way around to the exit of turn 2, where you actually start to get to the quote straightaway, which I guess it's straight. I guess it's, you know, it separates turns 2 and 3, but there's not much to it. But once you start to get to the exit of 2, there is a double yellow line from roughly the middle of 1 to the exit of 2, and that blends into a single yellow line as you get to the exit of 2, basically like you would see on the highway. So going to be definitely something to keep an eye on if anybody tries to merge early. There were a couple people cracked Sunday at Auto Club Speedway for merging early and pit issues, so that's definitely shaking the points up. Points race in the IRO 5s, though, really tight right now. Bob Lacavara and David Llewellyn are currently fighting for the last position in the IRO 5 chase. They are tied in points, and if you take a look at the first tiebreaker, which is top 5 finishing positions, or number of top 5 finishes, they're tied there as well, which means this is going to carry all the way into Dover, which is the final regular season race. So if they are still tied at that point, it's going to come down to whoever finishes higher at Dover gets it. So that's going to be a little bit of drama going on there. Another little bit of drama that happened this past week. Series all-time series win leader and current IRO 5 point leader, Chris the Punisher Parkman, having family issues that he has to take care of, so he is actually dropping out of the IRO 5 and the DW12 series combined. So just that definitely shakes the points up, and that's why we have such a tight points race now, because Parkman had won 7 events this season. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. 7. The last person I know who won 7 events in any series in the same season, I believe, was Kyle Busch. So that,
it's very unfortunate, Tony. I mean, in my eyes, to be honest with you, he's already the champion of the RO5s.
Absolutely. I mean, you can take a look at Parkman's point total compared to second place's point total, and I believe it's Mike Whitaker in the IRO 5s. Don't quote me on that, though. There's no catching him. As of right now, there's no catching him if the season ended at Dover. There is absolutely no catching Parkman. So like you said, he's already the champion. He is the regular season champion. So there's a pennant he can hang up on his wall. Not that we actually do that sort of thing, but I think it's something that should be considered. So
wow. Unfortunately, Mr. Jake Gordon is going to have to get an EOL. Ping is at 2,000.
Good grief. Well, like I've said before, Jake's ISP, where he and I know another driver that lives in reasonable proximity to where Jake is. They both just have the worst pings on the planet.
Something ain't right here.
What's that?
It's saying they're gridding up, and it's got Gary Bauer in 4th.
You think?
Now it's fixed. You gotta love iRacing.
I was gonna say, you're seeing things, son. Because I'm staring at the Turtle Beach Tequila Patron bourbon-powered car there.
Yeah, he was saying that they had him in Michael's car.
Okay.
I think he had one too many pop the tops, if you know what I mean.
Well, I don't know about all that, but
or that tequila.
Absolutely, tequila makes his clothes stay on. So we're looking right now as the field's starting to grid up at our top 4. We're going to give a quick rundown here, and I'd like to point out that cherries are starting to come into bloom in some places, and I am addicted to fresh cherries, so I need to move that bag away from me for the remainder of tonight. So starting up on point, Gary Bauer is going to be leading him to the green flag. He's joined up on the front row with Quentin Young. Defending series champion Cody Eldred starts inside row number 2. He's joined by the world's fastest hippie Mike Whitaker on the outside. Tyler Graff and Isaiah Dupree make up row number 3. Row number 4 goes to Creighton Carter and Mr. Forrest Sparks. Joe Morganti and Bob Lacavara making up row number 5. Johnny Antonucci and Alex Green able to get into time. Good on you, Alex. That's going to be row number 6. Row 7, series sponsor Bill Roberts, the last one to actually take a time. Jake Gordon, and he's going to be, Bill Roberts is going to, where are we here? Looks like Alex Green's pit starting. So that means row 6 is going to be Dominic Byrne and Bill Roberts, question mark. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Alex fell through unacceptable level and just
oh, boy.
got.
All right, so Alex is going to be hoping for a quick caution. Jake Gordon, Dominic Byrne, and Kevin Paskowitz starting shotgun on the field. I never thought I'd hear these words come out of my mouth and not cringe, although I am actually cringing to some point. 230 laps the scheduled distance as lights are out on the pace car. So let the games begin. This is going to be fun, kids. As they come through the 3-4 turn complex, Gary Bauer is going to get control of the field as the pace car drives through his car.
Green flag.
And we are green. Everybody starts to tiptoe their way around this track. Quentin Young and Cody Eldred going side by side for second. Quentin finally just gives it to him. Not even going to try to fight for it that early on cold tires on this tight of a track. So Cody goes up high. Quentin looks low. Cody's trying to get around Gary already as we are one lap into the books, and they are side by side for the lead. Field's starting to get strung out pretty decently already, so that's something to be proud of. Good on the setup committee for giving us something that, as long as you don't drive with your head up your butt, you can get around this place relatively effectively. But meanwhile, the top 3, Gary Bauer, Cody Eldred, and Quentin Young in that order currently, are starting to walk away from Mike Whitaker. They've already got half a second on Mike, and they are stretching it. And Mike has over a second and a half back to 5th place for Sparks. And the field is really getting strung out already. Except for this battle for first, everybody is pretty much minding their P's and Q's. Bob Lacavara, Johnny Antonucci doing a little bit of battle in there for 6th place. But a lot of give and take taking place early here. With 230 laps to go, we are currently 6 laps in, and Gary Bauer continuing to show the way. As Quentin Young and Cody Eldred run side by side for 2nd place, not sure how much they're going to want to really do that. Try to conserve some tires. I've heard tire degradation. Go ahead, sir.
I hate to say it, I had Jake Gordon park it. He just went through pits and he came back out. His ping is at 1,500, now it's at 400. This is ridiculous. Hold on, I gotta mute the mic real quick, Tony.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yellow flag is out.
And there we go. We made it 9 laps, so for those of you who were betting on the over-under, 9 was the number. Joe Morganti involved in that one. Looks like Alex Green involved in that one. Let's Let's take a look and see what took place there. You see Morganti in the Driven 53.
Wow, that was netcode big time.
Okay, so we need to watch that again from Alex, because Alex just got sideways. Yeah, that was that whole transmission tunnel deal that we've been getting on the restrictor plate tracks, it looks like. And you see Isaiah on his inside there, but there's enough room to walk my fat ass between those two cars. So no contact made. It was just the transmission tunnel of Green's car just got sucked into the track. So something we're probably going to need to keep an eye on for the remainder of this event. 10 laps into a fuel run already. Looks like 9th place back, taking tires already. Kevin Paskowicz in, Dominic Byrne in, Isaiah Dupree in, Tyler Graff in, Bill Roberts in.
Yeah, now, from what I heard, one of the drivers in a previous practice said they went 42 laps on one fuel run. But it's very wise to get as many tires as you can.
Oh, absolutely. With the Iowa winters not being kind to this facility, you're going to want to, every chance you get that you can take fresh rubber for this car, you're going to want to take it. Because they say that Darlington has a sandpaper surface. Anybody that has said that could make the argument that Iowa is the exact same way, just because of the severe temperature changes that they get out there in the Midwest every winter. Sub-zero Fahrenheit in the winter, and sometimes north of 100 in the summer. So the asphalt on this track takes a beating just from Mother Nature. And
well, I see
Jake Gordon
Alex
is still blinking profusely.
Yeah, it's going back up again.
He
I
just-
hate to do it, but if it keeps going, I'm going to have to park him, DQ him. Because it's different if it's at Talladega and he drops to the back or Daytona, one of the big tracks. This is a short track. The leaders are going to come up that fast.
Yeah, and this is one of those tracks where you need to see where somebody's running at least a lap or two. If you're a leader trying to put somebody a lap down, you need to see where somebody is at least a lap or two ahead of time so you can try to position yourself so you can safely make that pass. And with him blinking, he just disappeared for the entire 1-2 complex on the previous lap as we're following along with Kevin Paskowicz, who's 2 cars behind him right now.
Well, the cause of the caution was actually netcode.
Yes, sir.
Oh, they asked me to say it on the stream, so I figured I'd let the viewers know.
We are.
Hello, Betty Lou.
Yes, Betty Lou. Your boy's leading, so congratulations on that one. Mazel tov. I hear you folks are going on a trip. Congratulations. Bad news is we've basically talked Gary into bringing his computer with him, so good luck.
I mean, I'd like to go. You can stuff me in a suitcase. I'll still go. I'd be happy.
So, 13 laps in this event. First caution for Netcode. Lights are out on the pace car. Gary Bauer, Cody Eldred, row 1. Quentin Young, Mike Whitaker, row 2. Forrest Sparks, Bob Lacavara, row 3. Creighton Carter and Isaiah Dupree, row 4. And Johnny Antonucci and Dominic Byrne rounding out your top 10 as we are going to go green on lap 15 of this 230-lap event. Lots of color in that field tonight.
Now, Tony, I think your training paint is off because I'm seeing Gary in a red car.
Wouldn't be the first
Gotta
time
love-
Trading Paints has taken a poop on me, and you know what?
Yeah.
I'm just going to let it take a poop on me because the pace car is in, and I have colors on the
Green,
cars.
green,
If they're not the
green.
right colors, boys, sorry.
And Gary taking off. Woo. He did not hesitate.
You almost can't at a place like this, Mark.
Oh, and they were 3 wide.
Yes, they were. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably some poop came out on that one. Front runner's starting to get strung out a little bit. Right
I
now,
wonder what's wrong with Creighton Carter. He's dropping back unless he wants to play the safe mode and get out of everybody's way so he don't die.
I'm thinking that's probably got something to do with it, as I just lost the paint on KP's car. Okay, we're not having fun anymore. So up at the front, the leaders, top 4, are basically starting to check out again. Gary Bauer in the clean air as KP gets sideways and gets clobbered by Dominic Byrne. Spins it down to the apron. That's going to require some pit. Hopefully KP can keep it out of the way. And yes, you are right. Gary Bauer is in a red car this time. We stay green. Good on you, Kevin. Gary driving a... Am I saying this right? Gary's in a Budweiser car?
That's what it looks like to me.
That's what my Trading Paints is showing as well. I was wondering why he had the red number on there this week. As Creighton Carter looks side by side with Cody Eldred. Cody's just going to give it to him this early in the race. 21 laps in, way too early to be battling for a position like that. As from Mike Whitaker in 4th that you see at the tail end of that shot right there, driving the people against distracted driving car, to Forrest Sparks in the Extra Life car is almost 9/10 of a second already.
Oh, someone in the wall. Bob Lacavara.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And that's going to bring out caution number 2. Let's see what happened to Bob there. That looked like a bounding box issue with Tyler Carafe. And if you watch how that car jumps, that's kind of a weird looking. We're going to watch that again. You see Tyler's car move, and then you see Bob's car just rocket sideways into the wall. So that looked like a netcode bounding box hip check.
Yeah, the only thing is that it was netcode. But he was drifting up the track. It was going to be an inevitable accident.
Well, let's ride along with Tyler and see what happened there as we go to the chase cam here. You can see Bob right in front of Tyler as they come down the back straightaway. Tyler diving low. Drifting up a little bit on the exit. And I believe we're a full lap before we're going to see the accident, folks. I do apologize. Still getting used to the timing on this track here. And Tyler sets him up here, goes low into 3, and then starts to drift up. And, yep, I would have to concur with that statement, Mr. Race Control, that contact was probably inevitable. So that's kind of what it looked like from here. And we will go from there. So 25 laps in, just over halfway through a fuel run right now. Looks like Isaiah Dupree coming down pit road. Whitaker going pit side. Creighton Carter going pit side. Where are we here? Jake Gordon going pit side again. Bill Roberts going pit side. Johnny Antonucci, Bob Lacavara, Kevin Paskowicz, of course, having to go pit side, losing the lap. Lacavara and Paskowicz 1 lap down. And, let the games begin, kids. As Gary Bauer stays out, Quentin Young stays out. Cody Eldridge staying out. Forrest Sparks. Tyler Graff not taking tires this time, took tires the previous pit stop. Same with Dominic Byrne. The Irish Assassin back with us tonight. So good on you, Dom. Running top 10. And you see KP in the PH Aware and Mighty car. For those of you who don't know, PH Aware is pulmonary hypertension awareness. And a Mighty is a charity that tries to bring light, bring into the forefront the epidemic that we have right now of adolescent suicides. So thank you, Kevin, for stepping up to have those sponsors on your car. 27 laps in. Gary Bauer, Quentin Young, Cody Eldridge, Forrest Sparks, Dominic Byrne, Isaiah Dupree, Mike Whitaker, Creighton Carter, Bill Roberts, and Johnny Antonucci rounding out your top 10 as the lights are still on the pace car. I believe we're 2 to go right now as the field's starting to form up. So great run for Forrest Sparks right now as he sits in the number 4 slot. Extra Life on the side of his car, which is Gamers raising money for childhood, if I'm not mistaken, childhood cancer. So awesome on you, Forrest, for having Extra Life on your car. Thank you for doing so. As the field starts to form up, lights are out on the pace car. Betty Lou, if you are watching the stream, let us know. What do you think your boy's chances are tonight? He's been doing great so far. We'd like to hear from you, though. So go ahead and just type in the chat box, and we'll see what you think. Gary Bauer, Quentin Young, Cody Eldridge, Forrest Sparks, Dominic Byrne, Isaiah Dupree, Mike Whitaker, Creighton Carter, Johnny Antonucci, Bill Roberts. You're rounding out your top 10. Then we have Tyler Graff, Jake Gordon, the last car on the lead lap. Bob Lacavara 1 lap down, Kevin Paskowicz 3 laps down, Joe Morganti withdrawn from the race, and Alex Green withdrawn from the race. And Chris Hamilton did not start as the pace car is in. And Gary pulls the trigger just a tick before the green flag comes out, getting a great jump on the field. And once the pace car does clear the commitment cone, the field is in Gary's hands as Quentin Young, Cody Eldridge go side by side into turn number 3. That is your battle for second currently. Cody not looking.
Gary's loving them when they're battling because he's just walking away from them.
Oh, absolutely. He has half a second already over your battle for second place. Forrest Sparks and Dominic Byrne with Isaiah Dupree in tow. That is your battle for, and there you see it there. That's your battle for fourth. Forrest Sparks, Dominic Byrne, Isaiah Dupree, and Creighton Carter all doing throwing hands right now.
Forrest Sparks doing a pretty good job holding him off. He's in fourth place.
Absolutely, it's great. It's great to see Forrest that far up. You know, he hasn't had the best of luck this season, but I think Iowa's going to turn it around for him. And good on you, Forrest. Go get him, boy.
I give it to Forrest. You know, the last practice, I think he's one of the only drivers that has way over 200 laps practiced in just one practice session.
And he does that at every track that he goes to. You know, he wants to make sure he knows what that car is going to do if he tries to double stint tires, what the car is going to do late in the run. So, Forrest is like a machine. Yeah. As Isaiah Dupree has a pucker moment, sliding up the track, almost getting into Forrest, has to back off a little bit as he's right behind and in the arrow wash of Dominic Byrne.
I don't think the drivers are realizing when you're on the bottom line here, you got to watch out for that apron, and the push is real when you go coming out of that turn.
Oh, absolutely. As Dominic Byrne almost takes Forrest's nose off, and Isaiah Dupree pounces as he takes that low line. Tire degradation is going to really play into this event. Spoke to the chief setup specialist, Terry Adams, earlier in the evening, and he said that there's no way you're going to be able to get away with double stinting 2 complete fuel runs on a set of tires. It just will not happen.
Yeah, that's just an accident waiting to happen. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I know, you know me, I go off of pit strategy and different. I do some wacky stuff on pits, but racing here, every chance I get, I'm going to be taking my tires.
Oh, I'd be parking in my pit stall yelling at the crew chief that I'm not moving the car till he gives me tires. Forrest Sparks gets sideways, and Johnny Antonucci, nowhere to go, just blasts him in the transmission tunnel. Replay. Forrest just touched the apron. Johnny having nowhere to go. It looks like Mike Whitaker caught a piece of that one too. Little bit of a crinkle in the side pod of that one. Not too bad. Might want to just take her pit side and get it looked at. Mike's currently sitting in 7th. So not going to be too much of a loss as far as cars that are on the lead lap. We're 12 cars on the lead lap currently. This caution is going to put Bob Lacavara back on the lead lap. And it looks like it does because Lacavara gets the lucky dog there. So, tough break on that one. Gary Bauer going pit side. Cody Eldred staying out to get that bonus point.
Tony, I think I'm just going to stay shut my mouth, because every time I bring up a driver, something bad happens to him. Look, we were just talking about Forrest. I was praising him, and then he spins.
He's still top 10, bud. He's still in the top 10, still on the lead lap. Still has fast repairs left in the tank, so he's okay. It's not like you killed him. Cody Eldred leading that lap. Looks like he's trying to play the fuel strategy. 41 laps in. Not sure how many laps Cody's going to have in the tank. Cody staying out. Creighton Carter staying out with 16 on his since he last pit. Mike Whitaker 16 since he last pit. Isaiah Dupree and everybody from 4th on back going down pit road and taking at least a splash of gas. I'm seeing what might be... I'm not certain I understand this. It looks like Isaiah, Jake, and Tyler, looks like they all just took fuel that time. 4.6 second stop, 4.4 second stop, and a 4.8 second stop. That's not enough time to change the tires on an IndyCar. So, Cody coming down pit road. Finally, looks like Creighton Carter going to get handed the lead there. Mike Whitaker was running 7th, now running 2nd. So that's where we stand there. Isaiah Dupree, Gary Bauer coming out in 4th place. Isaiah Dupree able to get by the KG Old Veteran on pit road. Quentin Young for 5th, Dominic Byrne 6th, Jake Gordon 7th, Tyler Graff 8th, able to bounce back from the EOL that he got earlier. Johnny Antonucci in 9th, and Bill Roberts in 10th, as the field's starting to double up now. And I think Cody might be in the best shape of everybody, as he just finished his stop. So this could get interesting if this stays green.
I already got a headache. Oh my God.
Yeah, who am I kidding? This race ain't staying green. Wishful thinking, folks. Wishful thinking. As we are 43 of 230 laps. Still trying to figure out where that number came from, because I don't remember ever seeing anything in the competition committee chat about voting on that. But now we get to see how Creighton Carter's going to fire this field off, as he's going to have control of the field as soon as the pace car twitches. Pace car's in and Carter's off.
Green flag.
Not wasting any time. We've got Isaiah Dupree in tow. Mike Whitaker falling like a stone, not wanting to be that far up front. Gary Bauer on a charge right now, though. Bauer already up to 3rd, now setting his sights on the 2 young gunners in front of him. And he's got another young gunner behind him. Creighton Carter, Isaiah Dupree, Gary Bauer, Quentin Young, Jake Gordon, Mike Whitaker, Tyler Graff, Dominic Byrne, Cody Eldred, and Bill Roberts, your top 10. As we are watching the battle for 3rd right now between Carter and Bauer. And it looks like Jake Gordon's blinking has lessened a little bit, at least. As Young looks to the inside of Bauer as they come into turn number 1. Bauer able to keep it wound up on the high side to get the drive off of 2, though. That's the biggest problem with this track, is you've got to run a traditional oval line to really get a good solid lap time. And when these guys running too wide, there's no real way to do it. Gary, realizing that we are still less than 50 laps into a 230-lap race, just lets Quentin go, and he's got Jake Gordon looking on his inside right now, letting that young gunner go too, it looks like. You know,
he's letting them wear them tires out.
I was going to say, we don't call him the KG Old Veteran for nothing, so now you got the world's fastest hippie and front row Gary Bauer getting ready to go nose to tail. So, I'm expecting that when Gary finally decides to let Jake Gordon by, him and Mike Whitaker are going to ride safely, and it's going to be those 2 racing it out for the win at the end of this thing. That's my prediction. Because the KG Old Veterans, the KG, the guys with the experience in this car, with the laps and the seat time in this car, it's going to show at this track. It's definitely going to show at this track. And Gary and Mike were both at the all the setup sessions that they did for this car. So something that, as Isaiah Dupree blinks, and looks like, yeah, you gotta love iRacing physics. Isaiah blinks and his nose is gone.
Yeah, it sounded like there was a crash.
Yeah. Ping rates and all that happy. As we are still following this battle, as they have caught Creighton Carter, Quentin Young now showing the way.
It's just a matter of time, because Gary's going to be pushing it. And Gary's going to take that lead back, because he's right there.
But the thing is, when Gary pushes...
Going 3 wide. Oh, on the start finish.
That's a pucker moment.
Oh, I knew that was going to happen.
Yep.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
So let's see what the chase cam showed. Here they are coming out of turn 2. Isaiah really hugging that low line. Gary getting a draft off Creighton Carter. Creighton pushes up. They come through the tri-oval. They make it 3 wide. I'm going to keep my mouth shut and let
Net
race...
code.
Net code? What?
Yeah, Gary didn't even touch him.
Are you sure about that, Mark?
Yeah, I'm watching the race chase.
I'm watching a chase cam too, and there was a lot of contact.
On mine right now, I'm doing rear chase.
Well, no, yeah, you're right. You're right. But that was... Isaiah was definitely working his way up as they went through that corner. He was, if you take a look at the dotted lines, Isaiah was on his way up.
Yeah, Isaiah was drifting up there.
And, the one you got to feel sorry for is, Creighton Carter, because he was on the outside just going, oh crap, what do I do? You might want to follow Gary as the pace car came around. Just saying. Follow him from the accident to when the pace car came around. I'm not sure if he actually got him, but he was damn close to getting to Quentin Young. As Young takes it pit side, Isaiah Dupree going pit side, Jake Gordon going pit side, Bob Lackavar, basically everybody from third back. Dominic Burns staying out, Cody Eldred staying out, and Forrest Sparks staying out. And you can see them in that picture right there. So 18 for Dominic and Forrest on their tires, and Cody with 16 on his. So definitely, are they going pit side this time? Looks like Dominic is. Cody is as well. And Forrest Sparks going to gamble and stay out. Going to get a bonus point for the laps led. I believe that's going to definitely help his case getting into this chase. As we are 59 laps in, Forrest Sparks, your new leader. It looks like we might be 2 to go this time. So come down the back straightaway here at Iowa Speedway. And I do apologize, folks, because if this turns into what I fear it's going to happen, I'm already starting to run out of things to talk about under the caution laps here. Would like to remind everybody that this coming Thursday, the Pro Mazda Icebreaker Series, Roberts Tech Jobs Icebreaker Series for the Pro Mazdas, will be heading to Gateway International Speedway, so something to look forward to there. That broadcast slated to start at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you haven't been following the Pro Mazda series, you have missed some awesome racing. Just flat out en fuego.
I'm sorry, Tony. I'm arguing with a couple of people. Sorry about that.
Arguing? Did I hear the word? Did I hear the word argue?
Yes, sir.
That's removal from the server, is it not? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, it's on the borderline already for one driver.
Okay, well, you are race control, sir. I'll let you do your job, but I just wanted to let the people know as we are getting ready to go back to green. Forrest Sparks waiting on it and finally pulling the trigger. Quentin Young going with him. Young timed it just about perfect. Forrest had it at the start-finish line, then starting to drop off a little bit. Looks like Forrest may have missed a shift. As Quentin Young jumps back out to the lead, Forrest getting that all-important bonus point as the chase. We've only got, after tonight, we've got 2 races left. Daytona and Dover. So definitely a fun combination of tracks coming up here. Quentin Young and Jake Gordon have checked out. Quentin Young has definitely checked out, as you see about a 20-ish car length lead over Jake Gordon. That's what 3/4 of a second looks like right there. As you saw Jake Gordon's red car just flash into view. And here we are watching defending series champion Cody Eldred work on the number 5 Convergent Composites car of Bob Lacavara. That is your battle for 4th currently. And Dominic Byrne working on Bill Roberts in the RobertsTechJobs.com number 21. Dominic running for PH Aware and Fanatec. Good on you, Dom, for putting those on your car. And Byrne looks low on Roberts. Roberts just lets him have it. Well, no, not necessarily. Roberts coming back on the outside, keeping it wound up. A little bit of momentum there, giving him plenty of room as they go into turn number 1. That's almost let the lap car of... oh, no, I'm sorry. That almost let Tyler Graff... It did let Tyler Graff by. So, Bill playing the safe game right now. Good on you, Bill. Way too early to be battling that hard. We are 67 of 230 laps into this event. And I'm just trying to find anything that looks close, folks. So I apologize if this seems rather random. As there you see the battle for 4th starting to heat up. Bob Lacavara, Cody Eldred, Mike Whitaker, and that's Gary Bauer, who happens to be a lap down right now. But Gary looking to get his lap back the hard way. I'm sorry, Gary's 3 laps down. Looking to get one of them back the hard way.
KP's hoping for a caution, too, because he wants to get his laps back. Get up there again and start fighting for that lead.
Well, we've got 12 cars on the lead lap. KP is the first car down, and he's 2 laps down. Gary Bauer is 3 laps down. Joe Morganti and Alex Green have both retired from the event.
Ooh, that was a close one with Mike Whitaker and Bob.
Yeah, it was.
Had me pucker for a minute.
That's one of those, ooh, and of course I clicked the wrong direction on the camera, so I do apologize, folks. And that battle behind him, Creighton Carter starting to catch them. And they've been running side by side a little too long. Cody Eldred able to get by. Bob crossing Mike over now. As Whitaker tries to cross him over, thinks better of it, just ducks in behind him. Creighton Carter looks low on Whitaker. Runs Whitaker up the hill a little bit. Whitaker just trying to stay out of trouble right now. Ducks in behind Carter.
You got to give it to him. I thought there was going to be a lot more cautions already. And Bob, Dominic, and Gary, 3 wide.
That's Tyler.
Tyler, sorry. I'm running blimp, so Tyler's car actually looks like the black and yellow for Bob's.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Yeah, old age. I'm trying to make excuses. I'm blind, I know.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Tony? You're being awfully nice tonight.
I'll let you know tomorrow how things turn out, and that's all. That's all I'm gonna say. Dominic Byrne and Isaiah Dupree side by side is that's your battle for 9th right now, and I'm not gonna apologize, folks, because this is some great racing. Not at all the dumpster fire I thought this race was going to be. So I do have to really commend Terry Adams and the entire setup crew. I know Whitaker was there. I know Gary Bauer was there. I believe David Llewellyn was in on at least one of those. Johnny Antonucci in on a couple of those. Everybody that showed up to help tune in this car for this track, thank you so much for giving us a setup that is this fun to at least watch. Whether or not it's as fun to watch as it is to drive, I don't know. I haven't taken seat time. I haven't had the time to do so.
Oh, once you get the tires warmed up, it's an awesome setup. It's fun to drive. You know, you could put the car anywhere on the track. As long as you don't touch that apron, you're fine. It's an awesome setup.
It looks like an awesome setup with the fact that these guys are able to run side by side. And it's basically, a driver finally realizing, you know what, it's way too early. Here, go ahead, have the spot. As Creighton Carter and Bob Lacavara go side by side, that is your battle for 5th. Carter now has a slot. Lacavara crosses him over as they come through the tri-oval. And it looks like Tyler Graff is going to be another country heard from. As Lacavara slides up the track a little bit. 26 laps on that run, so, tire degradation starting to come in with the 5 as he gets real close to the 71 again as they come out of turn 2.
Yeah, Creighton Carter and Tyler Graff, they're teammates, so they're trying to work together. Trying to get back up there.
Trying to get back up there, but they have a very ornery Bob Lacavara to contend with right now. Lacavara is holding his own on the low side as Carter just dives it in there and cuts his nose off. Holy Christmas. And Lacavara getting in the arrow push almost clobbers Tyler Graff. Graff able to see it coming, though. And I got to think Bob had to have burned his tires off or at least gotten them hotter than he wanted to running the low line for that many laps.
Yeah.
Graff flirting with the apron, slides it up the track, almost clobbers Lacavara. Jeez. They're getting a little chippy around 5th. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that at least one of the drivers had to have a first you say it, then you do it kind of moment. As we see the Irish assassin Dominic Byrne starting to make his way into view there. And I got to think something is wrong with Forrest Sparks because he
went to pits. He's the first one down pits.
Which is kind of strange considering he was the last car to pit. I don't know. Pit strategy starting to play out here as we still are green. 89 laps into this event. Everybody with approximately 30 to 32 laps on their tires right now. As we see Isaiah Dupree and Bob Lacavara start to heat up their battle for 5th right there. Lacavara has 5th. Isaiah Dupree wants it. As they are side by side in turn 3, and I'm thinking running high like that has really cooled off Lacavara's tires because he's able to pretty much hang with Dupree on the low side. Just lets him have it finally as Tyler Graff starting to work on him now. And the battle for the lead starting to heat up, I'm being told. As Mr. Blinky himself, Jake Gordon, starting to really close in on Quentin Young. two young gunners. Quentin's got a couple of wins here in the IRO5s. Jake getting his first series win Sunday night in the DW12s. Looking to punch his ticket to the chase here in the IRO5s. As they are pretty much in lockstep. Quickly approaching the point where Terry Adams told me you're probably going to want to start thinking about pitting. As we are 94 laps into this event.
I'm sorry, I had the mic muted and I was talking.
I've done that before.
You know, it amazes me. I'm like speechless here. A short track like this, and it's actually going pretty well.
Well, I think you and Alex got the point across when you guys, told everybody in the pre-race drivers meeting, just take it easy. Give it, give a little, take a little, just give each other some room, and we can get some laps in. And so far, we're really cranking off the laps now, as we are fast approaching.
Now they're calling it the pits.
I was going to say, we are fast approaching where they should be calling pits. Looks like Young and Gordon going first into pit.
Bob Lacavara pulling into pits. Creighton and Tyler already in.
And Cody Eldridge staying out. Very smart strategy on Eldridge's part. Because if he can, however many people he can catch a lap down. No, okay, he just called his pit, so that kind of blows that one out the window. But Whitaker's going to get handed over the lead. All important bonus point for Mike, as I'm not sure, I don't believe he has a win in the IRO5 series yet. And now he's calling pit, just able to get it down where he needed to be with traffic coming out. This is going to be the problem. You just saw it there. Whitaker was trying to get, KP doing a little dirt track in there as he's trying to get that car slowed down. But you saw Whitaker was on the high side, and he was trapped on the high side trying to get to pit with cars coming out of the pits. So that's something we're going to need to keep an eye on all night here. And I believe that's going to hand the lead of the race back over to Jake Gordon. There you see Jake. And Jake now has the lead.
Flag is out.
And that is the reprieve that Bill Roberts needed. Roberts was getting ready to go a lap down to the hard-charging Jake Gordon. I didn't see who...
Cody Eldred.
Oh?
He self-spun.
That's not good. You see Cody trying to get up to speed there as we watch the replay. That was transmission tunnel, sir. His front tires were not on the ground. And you see him come through 3-4 again, and you just watch the front end of the car just pick right up. So let's see who that's going to not help. Looks like... Wow, everybody was able to stay on the lead lap for that. Biggest help to that one was, looks like Forrest Sparks after all that green flag pit stop stuff. Forrest was hovering towards the tail end of the lead lap, and actually I believe it had gone a lap down. Forrest now has his lap back because he did stay out. 17 laps in, so if Forrest could possibly take it pit side this time, and that's going to give, I believe it's going to give KP one of his laps back. And sorry, KP, Trading Paints is gone ape on me again. I do know it is PH. I believe it's PH Aware and Mighty on KP's car. If I'm not, I do apologize to whomever I'm not giving credit to. Forrest stays out.
That's weird. iRacing's not giving the lucky dogs because it's got to be KP.
Yeah.
But he was on pit lane. Will it give it to him?
If not, if he's on pit lane. If he was on pit lane when the caution came out, yeah, no, iRacing's gonna try to screw him out of a lucky dog. Which is why I'm glad we have live race control to make those calls.
10-4.
So Jake Gordon, Tyler Craft, Forrest Sparks, Isaiah Dupree, Creighton Carter, Quentin Young, Dominic Byrne, Johnny Antonucci, Bob Lacavara, and Bill Roberts, series sponsor, rounding out your top 10. And as we follow the RobertsTechJobs.com number 21 around, I would like to remind you that this broadcast is being brought to you by RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader for all your attempt to hire and contract jobs in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate to the Midwest, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and please let Bill know that the ISL sent you. And before I forget to say it, hi Betty Lou. So Jake Gordon up on point right now. Young gunner out of Indiana. Driving for Redline Motorsports. And I thought we passed a rule that Jake and Isaiah had to have different markings on their cars. Because I'm seeing twins again. Yeah, guys, you gotta stop doing that to me, please. Or else I'm just gonna start handing the wins to the other person just because I can. Because I don't care anymore. So lights go out on the pace car. And speaking of not caring anymore, looks like our pace car driver is sober tonight, so good on him for that one. He hasn't hit the wall yet. Jake Gordon, Tyler Graff, going to lead him on row 1. Forrest Sparks, Isaiah Dupree make up row number 2. Quentin Young, Creighton Carter, row 3. Johnny Antonucci and Dominic Byrne, row 4. And Bob Lacavara and Bill Roberts, two of the, I'm going to say old guard in the league, going to make up row number 5. As we are fast approaching the halfway point. So
did it again. Was about to have the EOL the 41 because he was blinking bad.
Well, he's leading the race, so kind of
green flag.
As he gets a decent jump and starts getting the death wiggle. Forrest Sparks to the inside of Tyler Graff. That's your battle for second. And Isaiah Dupree trying to make it another country heard from as he goes to the outside of Sparks, pinching him down a little bit. Sparks the only one without a teammate out there right now in the top 5. And you got Gordon and Dupree, and you got Carter and Graff. And then, Forrest Sparks, the man on his own. So Jake Gordon continuing to show the way right now. You know what? Let's ride on board. We're going to go on board with Tyler on this one. Just so you folks can get an idea of what these drivers are seeing and doing. And as you watch Jake Gordon...
Jake, unfortunately you're in the lead. You're going to have to drop to the back.
So that's going to hand the lead over to Forrest. Or, I'm sorry, Tyler.
I'm going to have to park him. Oh my God, he just about took Creighton Carter out. Now he's about to take Dominic out. I'll be right back.
You do that, sir. As we're riding along with Dominic Byrne, you see the battle in front here. There's Jake Gordon, the car in question right now on the high side, allegedly almost killing Johnny Antonucci. And we are riding on board with Dominic Byrne, the Irish assassin, right now in the 86 PH Aware Fanatec car. And you see the battle up there starting to heat up. Forrest Sparks getting a wicked run. Or as my friends from New England would say, it's wicked hardcore. And as Forrest looks to the inside of Tyler as they come through the tri-oval, not going to make the pass stick there. Going to try it on the high side going through 1 and 2. Creighton Carter did. What the hell just happened to Tyler? There we see Tyler going through 1 and 2, and you saw it on board with Sparks. I'm sorry, they're coming through the tri-oval. Tyler just porked the pork sign. So that's going to bring out caution number 4, and none too soon for Forrest Sparks, as he was definitely on the tail end of that fuel run. Quentin Young able to just barely nab the lead from him when the caution did come out. Looks like Quentin Young going pit side, Forrest Sparks going pit side. Johnny Antonucci staying out, Dominic Byrne staying out, and Cody Eldred staying out. If I'm not mistaken, all 3 of those guys run for Team 3 Musket Beers. Bob Lacavara staying out, Mike Whitaker staying out. When it comes to a fuel mileage race, as we are officially halfway right now, when it comes to a fuel mileage race, don't bet against Mike Whitaker's math. The only reason he doesn't have more wins on the season is because other drivers can't drive. If Mike Whitaker's been caught up in so many accidents that were not his fault and caused by other people, and or caught a lap down because just people got stupid and Mike Whitaker's pit strategy didn't work, that Mike would probably have about 10 wins on this season so far. As Johnny Antonucci takes it pit side. We are just past halfway. Dominic Byrne, Cody Eldred, Bob Lacavara, Mike Whitaker, Quentin Young, Isaiah Dupree, Forrest Sparks, Jake Gordon, Bill Roberts, and Creighton Carter. Kevin Paskowicz back on the lead lap. So something to see there. Tyler Graff now 3 laps down. Looks like Tyler may have disconnected. Question mark. And Gary Bauer having absolutely no luck tonight. I do apologize for putting the announcer's curse on you, Gary. I didn't mean to do so. He sits 14 laps down right now. Joe Morganti and Alex Green both having withdrawn from the race. And David Llewellyn, haven't seen that name much tonight. Late to the party. Currently 116 laps down. So, yeah. Fun. So we see Dominic Byrne up on point right now. It looks like we're 2 to go as the field's starting to form up ever so slightly. Byrne, Eldred, Lacavara, Whitaker, Young, Dupree, Sparks, Gordon, Antonucci, and Roberts your top 10. Just past halfway of this 230-lap event. Had some pretty decent green flag runs there, Mark. As Mark doing his race control duties. Lights are out on the pace car. And we'll see what's going to happen here in the second half. The first half has been kind of exciting. Let's see if the second half is any indication as to what more is to come. 12 cars still on the lead lap. Tyler Graff back out of the pits, so good to see him there. Pace car getting ready to duck on off. Pace car is off. Byrne holding him down a little bit and then pulls the trigger. Cody Eldred going with him. Now those two have worked together in previous races. Let's see what's going to happen here tonight at Iowa. As they've got Isaiah Dupree and Mike Whitaker. Where did Eldred go? Oh, there he is. Eldred leading. That would explain why I didn't see him. And Cody Eldred continuing to show the way. Dominic Byrne now has to contend with the world's fastest hippie, Mike Whitaker, who's got Isaiah Dupree all over his transmission tunnel. And here comes Quentin Young back towards the front as he makes the pass for fifth look just that, or pass for fourth, I should say, look just that easy. Whitaker still working on Byrne for second as Cody Eldred showing the way right now, running the line that he really does want to run. You know, letting that car just run, not having to pinch it down, not having to, you know, run the high line all the way around or anything like that. You know, these guys are able, once they get nose to tail, they're able to run basically whatever line they want to run. And Cody Eldred showing the way as we are watching Quentin Young start to work on Mike Whitaker. Peeking to the inside. Whitaker, you know, still realizing that there's still over half, or just under half the race left to go. Probably not going to give him too much of a fight right now. As Whitaker looks to the high side of Byrne, that's going to, yep, Quentin Young's going to hang him out to dry. But Whitaker going to be able to keep it wound up on the high side. So something good to see there is Whitaker just finally just lets him have it. It looks, no, not necessarily. It's Quentin Young to the low side of Byrne. And Whitaker still right there, content to run fourth for right now, trying to save some tires, save some fuel. And just as I say that, he dives to the inside of Dominic Byrne. As they're almost 3 wide for third. Whitaker to the inside. I mean, that's got to be playing havoc with the heat on those tires right there. And Jake Gordon blinking again. That's always good to see. As Quentin Young now sets his sights on trying to reel in Cody Eldred, defending series champion here in the IRO5s. Isaiah Dupree brushes the wall. Jake Gordon currently showing with Jake Gordon currently showing with 35 blinks. Awesome. So whatever you might want to find out what ISP Jake has and make a note never to get internet service from them.
Yellow.
Oh, boy. So you see Creighton Carter there. Pass switch to his inside. And you see Bill Roberts into the frame. Let's see if we could tell what happened here. It was already going on. So it looked like it happened way in front of those guys. Bob Lacavara involved in that one. You see Lacavara and Graf. And it looks like David Llewellyn. Llewellyn and Lacavara basically tied for the final transfer spot right now. As Llewellyn goes 3 wide down low. Graf crosses him over, catches the apron. Llewellyn slides up and... Okay. So, need to make a note of that one. Not really sure what the hell happened there. I know Tyler Graf caught the apron and spun and caught a couple cars behind him. Let's there you see Graf, Lacavara, Llewellyn. This is the lap leading up to it. Graf tries to cross Llewellyn over, catches the apron, eats the wall, and here comes everybody doing a great job to miss Tyler. Even with suspension damage on that car. So... we are 134 laps into this event so far. Quentin Young, Cody Eldred, Creighton Carter looking like he's staying out for the wave around, but that car does look slightly damaged. Looks like Creighton may have turned an Indy car into a super modified. So, yeah, just talking with Race Control, and we're both just dumbfounded as what we both just watched.
Sorry, Tony.
Not a problem,
it's
sir.
It's been a little bit busy.
I saw that. I saw which room you were in, sir, and I don't know if you got a chance to watch the replay of that one, but that had championship implications written all over it.
Yep. Well, it's unfortunate. David Llewellyn. I mean, I know they're all battling for position into the chase, but he's 117 laps down. Shouldn't have been, when he left early, shouldn't have even came back. Shouldn't have been on the track, to be honest with you.
I just announced the races, sir. That's something you're going to need to discuss with the competition committee. However, I do agree with what the other portion of your Race Control there, Sam Cooper Bennett just said, which I will not repeat. Decorum, because I know Betty Lou is listening, decorum dictate that I not repeat what Sam just said.
Oh, and David Llewellyn just spun coming out of pits.
Okay, as we are getting ready to go back to green,
Green flag, green flag.
Quentin Young wasting no time pulling the trigger. 21 laps, halfway through his fuel run right now. The only car to stay out this past caution.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And somebody just did something crazy again. What on earth is going on here? I saw Bob Lacavara down on the apron, so let's start with that one and see what took place.
Sorry, I thought the mic was muted. Sorry. I told Alex he needs to buy me a big bottle of freaking Tylenol.
What on earth? Let's watch that again. Because that looked like just a regular transmission tunnel. He didn't touch the apron. He just transmission tunnel. The transmission tunnel just got sucked into the bottom of the track. There was plenty of room between him and the cars around him. That was just pure net code at that point. However, that is going to put Creighton Carter back on the lead lap. So something to take into consideration here. Quentin Young continuing to show the way. Hey, Mark.
You call me Tony? I'm sorry, yes.
I was just looking and wondering why there were 3 people in the race control booth. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. You can text it to me.
No, I've been busy. KP's in there, and he's not even talking.
That's what I figured. But KP back on the lead lap, up into third. So, good on you, KP. 140 of 230 laps into this event. 90 laps to go this time across the stripe. Mom, can I go home? I just want to go. I just want to go home.
Yeah, we got how many more laps more? Oh my God.
90.
My butt is numb already.
You know, I really wish the powers that be would use their head in situations like this. And what's the phrase I'm looking for here?
I hate to say it, this is gonna be the longest race of the season.
Let your how's that saying go? Let your alligator mouth override your tadpole ass or something like that. If anybody knows the old saying that I'm talking about, feel free to put it in the chat. We'll discuss it later. You know, this harkens back to the heartbreaker that we had at Bristol back in February. Oh yeah, we can run 500 laps. No, we can't. After the 17th caution, I believe you and I both decided that the race was over. As Mark's doing his race control duties right now, Quentin Young continuing to show the way. Still only about half fuel run in.
I mean, a lot of the drivers, they still got a chance. The ones that are a couple of laps down, we got a long way to go.
Yeah, but
Mark,
doesn't this race it's becoming reminiscent of the heartbreaker that we had at Bristol?
Yes, it does.
Where the powers that be decided that we're going to do 500 laps. No, we're not.
I think we only had, 10 cars in the race after that?
Yeah, we had 10 cars left running, and half of them were a lap down or more. And you and I both decided, yeah, we're just going to call this race. It's done. And I'm hoping that, this isn't like that, because I know there are times where the powers that be, those who decide how long these races are going to be, just they overreach. Oh yeah, no, we can do 200. No. I mean, we're already 90 minutes into this broadcast.
I understand the point of it,
Green flag.
but
Green flag.
man, it's fun to run, but if it's green, and there's always green pit stops, but we all know that doesn't happen.
Well, it did happen the other night, as we both remember. Last time you and I were in the booth together, 93 of 100 straight laps under green, so that was kind of fun. But when you know the race is going to be suspect to begin with, as far as can the drivers even drive the track, you don't schedule the race for this many laps. So, but it is what it is, and we are green right now. Quentin Young continuing to show the way. Mike Whitaker, Kevin Paskowicz in lockstep. If you watch, you should see there he is, the 21 of Bill Roberts and Forrest Sparks going side by side. Cody Eldred reeling them in real quick, too. That is your battle for fourth currently. Roberts were on the high side. Forrest was able to get by him on the low side, and there's a gaggle of cars behind him. So business is starting to pick up here for the number 4th and 5th spots.
Bill Roberts holding in there in 5th.
Absolutely.
Oh, and Cody spins.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We'll watch the replay of that one. They come down the back straightaway here. Cody just catches the apron and takes Johnny Antonucci. No, that was Dominic Byrne with him. Ooh. Unreal. Yeah, that was definitely not the healthiest of situations. Dominic Byrne. Wow. That car is. That car looks like it was in Lockerbie around Christmas time in 1989. For those of you who don't get the reference, be thankful that you don't get the reference. That car is just messed completely up. So we are back under caution. Quentin Young finally taking it down pit side to get the service done on that car. Whitaker staying out, Forrest Sparks staying out, Bill Roberts staying out, Johnny Antonucci staying out, Creighton Carter staying out. Everybody behind them went down pit road. So the top 5 stayed out. Creighton Carter only had 9 laps on his fuel stint. He took the last caution. Quentin Young able to beat Isaiah Dupree off pit road. And basically from Quentin Young in 6th on back down the field, everybody went down pit road. Except for Tyler Graff, who was looking for something to happen. I believe. Yep. Looks like those cars staying out kind of stuck it to Tyler, but we will be 80 laps to go this time across the stripe. Yeah, the powers that be just need to stop with all this long distance stuff. I mean, I understand, you want to get your money's worth But, yeah, no. And I hope that some sense can be spoken into them when we go to Dover for the season finale, which is also going to be the third gem in the RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge. Quentin Young, having qualified at Watkins Glen, got the second jewel in the Triple Crown at our first trip to Indy in the IRO 5s.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but, you know, people are just pushing the buttons with me for some reason.
Okay. So, Mark, you do race control the way you feel you need to do race control, and you can be all happy about it on the back side of it, so good on you. Thank you for being race control, by the way.
No problem.
Sam Cooper Bennett, thank you for stepping up to co-race control tonight. So good on you there.
Yeah, luckily he is helping me. I've got the replays are just going back with a lot of the net coding that, you know, to actually know who to give it the penalty to if it's not a net code.
Right. Mike Whitaker, Forrest Sparks, going to lead him back to green flag here. Whitaker in the persons against distracted driving car. Bill Roberts, Quentin Young, Creighton Carter, Isaiah Dupree, Kevin Paskowitz, Dominic Byrne, Jake Gordon, and Johnny Antonucci rounding out your top 10 as we get ready to go back to green with just under 80 laps to go. We're watching the world's fastest hippie. Getting ready to take him back to green flag action. And
Green
Whitaker
flag, green flag.
jumps on it early. Forrest Sparks able to go with him. Bill Roberts asleep at the switch on the inside there.
Oh!
That's not healthy. It looks like Paskowitz and Eldred? Am I seeing that right? Yes, I am seeing that right. And there's no caution there. Let's Eldred able to get it down. Let's take a look and see what exactly did take place there as we do stay green. Eldred, transmission tunnel getting sucked into the bottom of the track there. Why the hell did KP spin? Let's take a look at that one again. KP doing the same thing. No harm, no foul. They didn't hit anything, but they are a ways back. Whitaker continues to show the way for Sparks right there within striking distance. Quentin Young just under half a second back off of Forrest. And the battle right now appears to be right here between Creighton Carter and Isaiah Dupree. That's your battle for fourth.
Oh.
Tough luck, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Simultaneous transmission tunnel net codes. I've never seen that, and have nobody actually hit anything. As this battle for fourth continues to rage, Isaiah waiting to pick his point on Creighton if he can do it. Right now they're running the same speed. They are in lockstep. And there it goes. Isaiah is starting to arc his turns a little bit, trying to get out of the major part of the draft. And I'm being told business for second is starting to pick up. Yes, it is. Forrest is starting to reel in Mike Whitaker. And Quentin Young starting to reel in Forrest. Quentin Young to the inside. Forrest just lets him go, not wanting to jeopardize the podium finish right now. As they now run nose to tail, hoping to reel in Whitaker. That let Whitaker jump out to just over a quarter of a second. Starting to stretch it out a little bit as these two are starting to battle. Forrest not taking it from the young gunner right now. That's allowing Mike Whitaker to start to walk away from these guys. And just as I say it, they get back in line and start to... No, I spoke too soon. Whitaker, Young, Sparks, Carter, Dupree, Roberts, Byrne, Antonucci, Gordon, and Baskowicz able to hang on for 10th after spinning early in this stint. We are fast approaching green flag stops. Whitaker and Sparks both with 33 on their stint. Bill Roberts with 33. Creighton Carter with 25. So we're getting to the point where some of these guys are going to want to start to pit the car.
All right, I'm back again.
And Quentin Young goes to the inside of Whitaker. Whitaker just gives him plenty of room, keeping it wound up on the top side. Forrest Sparks going with Whitaker. Side by side at the stripe, looked like Quentin Young may have had him. Young definitely has the clear now as Forrest Sparks comes to the inside of Whitaker. And then ducks in behind, thinks better of it. Just trying to preserve right now. This battle for the up in the front is starting to really heat up. And they're racing hard, but they're not getting chippy. And that's what I like to see.
Whitaker, we all know he's a veteran and he's got the experience under the belt. And he's gonna let Quentin go and not battle him or Forrest. He'll let them both go eventually and then work his way back up there. He plays that smart strategy.
Well,
Why kill my car now?
Right, and I'm sure he also probably has figured out that, Quentin has 16 laps to the good, better tires than Whitaker does. I'm sure Mike knows this. Forrest is on the same basic strategy that Mike is. He's followed him down pit road a couple of times now, so something to take into consideration there is they are closing in on that magic number 40. Whitaker's gonna have to start going pit side soon here. And I think Forrest Sparks is not going to be. Yeah, Forrest Sparks is not going to be too far off, as they are 40 and 40 on their stint currently. Bill Roberts, the only other one. And Tyler Graff also went down pit road the same time that the other ones did. Quentin Young's only looking 25 on his. Zay Dupree, who sits in fourth, is 25 on his. Creighton Carter in fifth. 35, Dominic Byrne 26. So yeah, some of these guys are going to have to start going pit side relatively soon here, because you don't want to run out in the wrong place.
Especially at this track, if you run out of fuel, you're going to be 4 laps down easy. And to get them back as we're going green, it's going to be very hard to get them back.
Well, to get him back this late in the race, I mean, just take a look at, we've only got 9 cars on the lead lap. So if you're going 4 laps down, when you got Tyler Graff, who's 2 laps down, Bob Lacavara is 3 laps down, Cody Eldridge is 3 laps down, you're not getting laps back from here.
No. '77 called pits. I believe that's Tyler's the first one to call pits, and 71 also.
Well, that kind of makes sense considering they're teammates. I'm going out on a limb and saying that you've parked Mr. Gordon in the 41.
Yes, sir. We had no choice.
Fair enough.
I have the sim racing app, but I don't know how to look at all that yet. That's where you're gonna have to teach me. But
Oh, it's real simple. Standings. You'll see right next to the I rating. There's BLK. That's number of blinks.
oh, okay.
And I have Jake Gordon with 34.
It's like he seemed to blink real bad when he got around cars.
Okay, so Forrest Sparks going pit side. Mike Whitaker, 48 laps on this current stint. And he now calls pit and takes it pit side. 48 laps. Good grief, Mike. Leave some on the table for the rest of us.
Yeah, they were saying 42. He pushed it.
Oh, yeah. Kind of had to. So, this is really going to start to shake the field up with the different fuel strategies that are playing out right now.
Sparks pulling out of pits. Let's see where he ends up. Oh, and he spun on the apron. What a bummer.
I was just about to ask because I saw a negative on Sparks. I was going to ask if he had gone a lap down. Whitaker goes a lap down. Make that 2 laps down. So hitting your marks, because Whitaker just popped off a 34-second pit lane stop. So from the commitment cone to the exit cone, 34 seconds. And he still went 2 laps down. We have 5 cars left on the lead lap. And if Creighton Carter or Quentin Young has anything to say about that, it's going to be four cars left on the lead lap because that's KP right in front of him, who is in 5th right now. KP running the defensive line, trying to get Quentin to do something here. But the thing is, it's a moot point because they're both gonna have to go down the pits in a couple laps here, anyways.
Yeah, Whitaker just riding right behind Tyler Graff. He knows what he's doing.
Whitaker's gone into fuel mode.
Yep.
Because if you take a look at how many laps are left in this race, we are currently clicking off lap 189. Whitaker can make it from here. I don't know about everybody else, but after what I just saw with Whitaker going 48 laps, he can make it from here.
Yep, he's riding middle to high most of the run, and he's saving his tires. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, he's saving fuel is what he's doing.
And Dominic Byrne wasn't second. He just called pits.
We're watching Isaiah Dupree, who was leading coming into pits. Dominic Byrne coming pit side. Johnny Antonucci staying out. 39 laps into his stint. Johnny getting that all-important bonus point now. Good to see the Castrol 59 up towards the front of the field. And now he comes down to pit. Just wanted to lead that one lap, so good on you, John. Creighton Carter, the only one right now who's currently got a little tweak in the rotation. 12 laps into his stint with everybody else under 10. So Johnny Antonucci still showing the way right now. Where is Isaiah Dupree? Isaiah Dupree on the back straightaway trying to get up to speed. Creighton Carter up to 3rd from that whole shake-up. KP back on the lead lap up into 8th. You see him in the mix here. And that's what 2 seconds looks like. So Dupree is 2 seconds up the road from Creighton Carter in the yellow car there. Creighton's got his teammate Tyler Graff there for moral support because Tyler's 3 laps down. Quentin Young to the inside, and Gary Bauer loops it. Not sure what really happened there. It probably just touched the apron. As we're watching the battle for second right now. Mike Whitaker just riding. I can guarantee you Whitaker's got that car in 6th gear, and he's just riding right now.
Yeah. Let me, let's see here. Where's cockpit?
Do what?
I'm trying to get into Whitaker's cockpit here. Yeah. Yeah, he's in 6th. He's riding the whole track in 6th.
Yeah, you can hear it as we ride along with Mike Whitaker. As you see Creighton Carter in front of him. Quentin Young up the road a little bit. Isaiah Dupree just barely in the picture, way the heck up there at the front of that little 4-car scramble. Mike is in fuel saving mode. He's trying to finish this race without having to make another stop. As we are fast approaching 30 to go. Mike's got 16 on his tires right now. So I'm thinking that's the case.
Yeah, I was following his car, and you hear him just ease off the throttle on the turn. He's not even shifting gears or anything, so he's in save mode right now.
Oh, we're riding along in the cockpit of Mike Whitaker's car as he closes in on Creighton Carter. Looks like Carter's now trying to go into fuel saving mode, but it's a little too late, bud.
Isaiah leading the field. So Isaiah has 6 wins in the 12s, correct?
5.
5. And no wins in the RO5s?
I believe
IRO5s?
I believe that is correct. Very few people have wins in the IRO5s because Chris the Punisher Parkman lived up to his name and just punished the field this year. 7 wins.
Yeah. And I guarantee if he was racing, he'd probably be in the lead right now.
Well, he'd at least be in contention, provided he didn't get taken out by somebody else's stupidity early, which seems to be the case. You know, as far as you know, Chris went when he was driving with us. He was either in contention for the win, or he got wrecked by somebody being less than courteous on the track. There was no in between. There was no, well, he just had a bad drive. No, Chris always had a great drive, or that great drive was ruined by somebody else having an oops. So, Parkman, if you're watching this, we do miss you, bud. You know, whatever's going on in your life right now, we hope that you know, you can finish that quickly and, you know, be back in time for the chase, sir. So, Isaiah Dupree continuing to show the way. Quentin Young starting to eat into his lead right now. Young from 2 seconds back now to 1.69 seconds back. So, Young, basically the two guys who are qualified for, you know, going into the third round of the Roberts Tech Jobs Triple Crown Challenge, Quentin Young in the IRO5s, Isaiah Dupree in the DW12s. You know, they're the ones that are really putting it to the guys tonight.
Oh!
Yeah, that you saw exactly what I saw, I think.
Yeah.
As Quentin Young got real close to Bob Lacavara.
Yeah, that was real close.
That was one of those pucker moments for everybody watching. I don't think Bob's ever gonna, unless he watches the replay, he's not gonna ever realize just how close that almost came to being a catastrophe. So
I'm not sure. Is Quentin going to be able to make it?
He's only 20 laps in, and we have 20 laps to go.
Because he's pushing hard, that's for sure.
He is. And I would like to point out that we only have 5 cars on the lead lap right now.
Surprising.
Slightly.
Surprising.
I mean, don't get it twisted, folks. We still have 14 cars still running. The car that's currently sitting in 15th place, he's staying in 15th. There's no way he's going to be able to pass Jake Gordon, who is parked and is currently sitting in 14th spot. But we do have 14 cars currently running, 5 of which are left on the lead lap, and very few of it was due to cautions. Because a lot of the cautions that we've had tonight have been self-spins. And it's been that net code glitch that we get where the transmission tunnel of this Indy car or any high downforce car on a bank track gets sucked into the pavement.
And we got 77 and 71 pitting.
Well, they kind of had to. They were 36 laps into their stints. They kind of had no choice. The only thing we can hope for right now is that this thing stays green. It'll be 15 laps to go this time across the stripe. As you see, Isaiah Dupree putting defending series champion Cody Eldred another lap down. Or Cody's trying to get his lap back. I stand corrected. But everybody should be able to make it from here.
Oh, it's so unfortunate. From what I'm hearing, KP's 3 laps shy.
That's actually surprising because I'm only showing him 29 laps on his fuel stint. Unless he didn't completely fill the tank the last time he was on pit road, KP should be able to make it. He's only 30 laps in, and
Oh, he's saying he has 10 laps left.
what?
Is
he using the F4 Tattletale?
I think so.
Yeah, I find that difficult to believe that he's only got 10. Well, if he's got 10 laps to go, there's only 10 laps left in the race. And that'll only put him at lap 42 on this fuel stint, which he should be able to get 45-ish, 43 to 45 out of it. Now, Whitaker just went pit. Apparently, Whitaker was not able to save enough fuel or to be comfortable riding behind Tyler Graff earlier and Creighton Carter earlier. So he just went pit side. As Cody Eldred gets by Isaiah Dupree.
Yellow.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wreck.
Oh, no. There we see Tyler. Tyler, who's a couple laps down. And there's Bob Lacavara going pit side. Johnny, it's... Wow. That looked ugly. That took out a lot of good cars. Quentin Young involved. So we're watching KP now because I saw KP's card involved. What on earth was that? Did his wheel just lock up again? That's what it looked like. Oh! From the way he was fighting his wheel, it looks like KP's wheel locked up again. And he tagged the wall and spun in front of Bob Lacavara, and Lacavara just hauled it hard right to avoid him and took out a lot of cars. Holy Christmas. Let's watch a chase from Quentin Young here. There you see KP and Lacavara there. And KP's car just went to the right like it has been. Wow. Yeah, I'm thinking KP's wheel locked up again. Is Dominic Byrne involved? Creighton Carter involved. I believe that was David Llewellyn getting a piece of that one. Good grief. David able to just sneak by on the high side, so David not getting involved in that one, but good grief, man. So that's really shaking up the pit strategies, as we're going to have 5 to go this time across the stripe. We could possibly see a green-white checker. And this is definitely going to be fun. You got Isaiah Dupree up on point. Johnny Antonucci in second. They can both make it from here. It looks like Whitaker may have had damage. Because there's no other excuse for an 8-second stop unless he blew through his pit stall. I'm really thinking Whitaker may have had damage. Dominic Byrne going pit side, not taking tires. That's a gamble I wouldn't take. And if I'm seeing this right...
So is Isaiah going to be able to make it because he's the only car in the lead lap?
I just saw that, and he's got 35 laps into this stint. I just realized that Isaiah is the only car on the lead lap. So let's watch and see what happens, shall we? Can Isaiah make it from here? 36 laps with be 3 to go at the stripe. Lights are out on the pace car. I don't even think Parkman's had this kind of performance. Trapping the entire field a lap down.
Well, everybody pitted. I just don't understand. Well, we only had 5 on the lead lap, and I think they were calling pits, and then next thing you know...
Yeah.
You got the lucky draw.
There we go.
Green, green, green.
It'd be 3 to go right now.
The battle's for second.
It is the battle for second. We're going to go with that right now as we watch Johnny Antonucci got a decent jump on Mike Whitaker. Cody Eldred to the high side. Cody's a couple laps down, 3 down. So that's a moot point, but he can bring Dominic Byrne with him, who is not a moot point. Johnny Antonucci with quite a distance over Whitaker right now. Half a second. if Whitaker's got any magic left, he's going to have it now. White flag is out. Dupree can basically coast it home from here as he enters turn 3. So Isaiah Dupree is going to win what feels like the longest race of my career here at Iowa. So I'm going to bring him down into the...
Holy shit.
Really? How do you really feel, Isaiah?
Oh, hey. Hey, buddy.
Hold on, bud. I got to turn some volumes up here.
You want to do interviews or no?
I'm currently trying to turn up TeamSpeak. For some reason, it turned itself down. So, Isaiah, talk us through that last couple of fuel runs there, or last couple of cautionary tales there. Did you know you had enough to make it?
I was trying to make it on green, and I wasn't sure if I had enough. And then the caution came out, and I knew I had it. I was gonna come down for fuel just to be safe, and then I saw I had the entire field trapped a lap down, so I decided to risk it and stay out.
Yeah, Mark pointed that out to me just as we got ready to go back to green. I'm like, he goes, "Do you think Isaiah's got enough?" And then I look like, wow, he's got the whole field a lap down or more.
I'm over here so retarded. I'm in race control saying I don't hear Isaiah. Good job, Isaiah.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, that was a little nerve-wracking at the end there.
Looks like you're about to get a victory tap from Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler's just making sure I get around here.
Spin him, spin him, spin him. Turn him. Turn him. Turn him.
I ain't turning my driver.
Anyways.
He just got him today.
Yeah, that was a dominating finish, Isaiah. Good job, bud.
Thank you. It's about time the 11 win came.
Yeah, I think you were like dominating the 12s there, buddy.
Yeah, you got what? 5 or 6 in the 12s?
6, I think.
Okay. And then, now you've punched have you punched your ticket for the 05s?
I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100% sure.
All I know is, and I know Tony agrees with me, if
Well,
we're
quit
sick
and I
of seeing you
apologize, but
in the damn winning
Yeah.
circle, can you let somebody else win?
Well, he did the other night. Well, now wait a second. He, in his defense, he did let somebody else win the other night. He rode blocker for Jake.
Yeah, I got Jake a win, so I'm letting everybody win every once in a while. It's just I get my fair share.
Every once in a while. 2 races left after this. What do you think your chances are going to Daytona and Dover?
I really enjoy both of those tracks, so I'm feeling really good, and finally get my monkey off the back in this series is nice. So hopefully I can go win out the rest of the season. That'd be nice.
All right, so we will. Thanks.
So, when we run the 12s, Isaiah, can you do me a favor?
Uh-huh.
Can you at least let me win so I can get in the chase?
I got you.
Wow. No
Oh, hey, I
no
gotta
no
try and
collusion.
find them ahead of time.
No collusion there. All right, so
So if I let him pass on the lap, it's because I'm out of fuel, definitely. So
yeah, right. Okay. Before you guys get yourself in any more trouble, Isaiah, we're going to let you get back up to your team. Thanks for joining us, bud. Congratulations on the win here at Iowa, and we will see you. Are you coming to Gateway Thursday in the Mazdas?
I can't.
See how you are? All right, so we'll see you Sunday back here at Iowa.
Yep. All right, see you guys.
User was moved out
All
of the
right,
channel.
so Isaiah Dupree, let's see if we can find... no. There he is. Just jumping into TeamSpeak.
User was moved to your channel.
Johnny Antonucci, Tony up in the booth. You got me, bud.
Johnny, you got a copy?
Johnny, you got... No, apparently we don't have Johnny. Let's see if we can grab Mr. Whitaker.
User was moved to your channel.
Mike Whitaker, Tony up in the booth. You got me, sir.
Yes, I do. I'm here.
The strategy almost worked.
Well, if it hadn't have been for Isaiah saving as much fuel as he did, I would have been on the lead lap and racing for the win. I'll take third.
I'm not hearing you for some reason.
Yeah, Johnny, you got us now? Okay. Yeah, but Mike, we were all kind of wondering why you pit as early as you did just before that caution came out.
Disconnected from your channel.
You know, you had gone 48 laps prior to that, and prior to that you had gone 40 most of the event. You know, from up here it looked like you might have had enough to make it. What was going on?
Oh no, I definitely didn't have enough to make it. I got it. I pitted after I got my 2-lap fuel warning. I did one more lap and then I pitted. I'd gotten 2-lap fuel warning. I definitely couldn't have made it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So
yeah, that's probably the difference between green flag laps and caution laps. I was getting 38, maybe 39 green flag laps.
Well, for what it's worth, it was still a good points night for you. Isaiah crapped the entire field lap down, so you finished third.
How did he do that? He must have pitted. He must have pitted after I. No, he would have had to have pitted way before everybody and just squeaked it out at the end.
That's exactly what he did.
Yeah,
he only had 30. He only had 38 laps on that stint when the checker flew.
Yeah, that's about a normal green flag run, and I think most of that run was under green. So that's what he did. He pitted with 38 to go and counted on the race staying green the rest of the way.
Yeah, he was he and Cody were actually the first two to go down pit road after the previous caution.
You know, I thought about that, and it's one strategy to play, but if a caution comes out after you've pitted, you're screwed.
Yeah, basically. You know, that there's no other way to put it than that, but yeah. Still,
it
good.
worked out this time, and I was really surprised that we had as many long green flag runs as we did.
Mark and I were discussing that earlier. It was a pleasant surprise. I'll be straight with you. I thought this race was going to be a complete dumpster fire before we took the green.
Yeah, I was impressed with the number of people that showed up for the practice sessions. We had more people last night and in the early session tonight than I've seen in quite a while. I just wish it would be every track that way instead of just this one.
I think you're not going to see as many at Daytona, but you're probably going to see quite a few at the Dover practice.
Now, Mike, you were running 6th gear, weren't you?
No, I tried 6th gear, but I was losing too much track position. You only gained maybe a lap or two, and the way I figured it wasn't worth it.
Because when I was riding in your cockpit, it didn't sound like you were downshifting.
No, I was in 5th gear, but I was lifting, especially when I was behind another car. I was coasting into the corner, and I was running a slightly higher line. It helped me save tires, and I think it saved me a little bit of fuel.
Well, it just made me look stupid, Tony.
It made both of us look stupid because it sounded, you know, from the sound of the engine, it wasn't screaming and you never bounced the chip. So good on you for throttle control and fuel conservation, Mike. You know, that's one thing that we always, you know, point out in these races, that when it comes down to a fuel mileage race, you are one of the best at the high-powered Gazintas.
Well, that was one of the other things. It actually didn't make any difference on my pit stop time, but I didn't take tires on that last stop. I only put about 5 or 6 gallons worth of gas in the car, and I did not take tires.
On the very last stop?
Yeah, that very last one. It didn't change the time. I was really disappointed that I didn't save any time on the track, but it gave me warm tires when the caution did come out, because I was just pulling out of the pits when KP had his incident, and I was able to do that restart on warm tires.
That explains everything then. Okay. Well, Mike...
Yeah, I'm not known for getting particularly good starts, but I did get a good start that time.
Yeah, that was probably one of the best starts I've seen when you haven't been in the lead. So good on you, Mike. We'll let you get back up to the post-race drivers meeting there. See if,
Okay.
and I don't see Johnny back, so Mike, we'll see you in a couple of minutes there, and we'll see you Thursday at Gateway in the Pro Mazda Icebreaker
User was
Series.
moved out of your channel.
So, Mr. Vega, what are your thoughts about their first trip to Iowa?
It was interesting. I can imagine what the 12s are going to be like, to be honest with you. Hopefully the 12s are, I mean, we did have cautions, but hopefully the 12s are as good.
Well, can I give you the good news? We had 10 cautions tonight, but it was only for 50 laps of the 230.
That's good.
20.
I'll probably be joining race control and joining you because I'll probably get killed next week. This Sunday.
Nah, you'll be fine. 21 lead changes. Let's see here. Quentin Young leading the most laps with 76. And it looks like KP getting the Hard Charger Award, starting 19th and finishing 5th. And Forrest Sparks, quick lap of the race, 18.117.
Yeah. Where did Forrest finish? Where did he finish?
6th.
Top 10.
7th. So, yeah, good top 10 there. Would like to remind everybody this has been a presentation of RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. The RobertsTechJobs.com Corporation is proud sponsor of the Indy Speedway League, and they are your Midwest leader in contract and temp to hire positions in the IT field for IT professionals, again, in the Midwest. So if you are in the Midwest or you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and let Bill know that the ISL sent you. So Iowa IR05's in the books. Next stop is going to be Thursday night at Gateway for the Pro Mazdas. It's broadcast scheduled to go off at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we will be back here at Iowa.
I just smoked one.
We will be back here at Iowa on, there we are, Sunday at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time. So on behalf of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League race control, Mr. Mark Vega, thank you for joining me in the booth tonight. Sam Cooper Bennett, thank you for helping out in the race control area. Mark was doing double duty tonight. This is Tony Trapasso saying we will see you Thursday night, and if we don't see you Thursday, hopefully we'll see you Sunday.